So in the last episode, we farmed up enough money to purchase the Hyperion assault rifle. The dwarves at Gabalul also have a really nice Hyperion armor piece. And so first things first, to start off this episode, we're going to farm for that. In order to farm for the Hyperion suit, we're going to need to kill some animals, and a herd of wildebeests just entered our territory, which we're going to mow down with the Hyperion assault rifle. Oh, and they actually all revenged here. Luckily, they're not that quick, and so it's pretty easy to just kite them and shred them. The gun is doing a significant amount of damage though, and it fires in burst counts of 3. And we pretty much mowed down the entire herd in like a matter of probably a minute. Alright, well, after butchering up all those wildebeests, we have a ton of beef, and we had to bring it inside because while it was raining, the quality of the beef started deteriorating really quickly. We're gonna have to make multiple runs with all this meat and leathers though, because we can't carry it all in one go. The first run gives us 869 silver, and we're getting really close to being able to afford the Hyperion exosuit. Alright, we're on our second run. We're loaded to the brim, and we brought all the leathers, some silver, and some of this meat's about to go bad. We're gonna see if we can make it down there in time. It said like 0.4 days until it starts to rot, and it's taking us 0.3 days to get down there, but it's looking like we made it just in time. We had 180 beef I think we started with, and we still have 150 left. They'll buy it all, even though it's pretty much rotting, and I don't think this is enough money for this suit. Yeah, we need to come back with a bit more silver. The Smilodon entered our territory, and it's messing with the local wildlife, killing all the zebras. We're gonna have to hunt it down. And after skinning the Smilodon, it not only gave us some meat and leathers, but also these Smilodon fangs, which we can sell for 392 bucks. And with that, along with most of our silver, we can buy the Hyperion exosuit, as well as I'm not sure if we can put on these cloth overalls with the exosuit, but these also do increase movement speed and work speed. And this tool belt increases work speed as well for only 230 bucks. These Warborn's gauntlets also give us 5% more global work speed, and they're really cheap. They're only 58 bucks, and they'll cover our hands pretty well. 60% armor for our hands. Or do we pick up this welding helmet for 69% armor to the head, because we're barely not going to have enough silver. Yeah, I think I'd rather have some head protection. And let's see what we can put on here. We can put the overalls over the tribal wear, but now can we put the Hyperion exosuit on over the overalls? We cannot, that's unfortunate. But we can put on the helmet and the tool belt, and we can save the overalls for someone else. This suit's pretty cool looking. It has some extra power arms on the side, and there's another Smilodon here that entered our territory. We're going to disabling shot it. And we're going to finish that sucker off. Being that Legolas is pretty geared up now, we're going to head into the city of Eternus 2, which I believe these gray cities on the map are ruined cities. There is a red one to the north a bit, and they are hostile, but I believe we can just enter the city. And even though we are neutral with the city, there are still 3 enemies inside of it. We got Jambo with an auto pistol, Noob with a HMG, a fairly decent mid-range machine gun, and Corrin with a Tommy gun. Now, we don't really have to take them out, like the city's huge, and we could just go around them. But I'd like to see if we could first capture Jambo, who has a 11 planting skill and 8 crafting skill, along with the burning passion for animals, 7 mining too. I was going to try to take out Jambo with a disabling shot because her armor is not all that good, and see if I could capture her all alone, but Noob wandered over, and so we're just going to have to wait for a better opportunity, I guess. In the meantime, we'll just explore this building, and there's really nothing in it besides this ancient crypto sleep casket. Looks like another person entered the picture, Mendoza, who I guess was inside a building. They don't have a ranged weapon, and so we're just going to start shooting at them. Mendoza's quick. There goes the shield belt. I'm just gonna see if we can tag Mendoza and not kill him, and then let's try to use disabling shot. It actually worked, but we're kind of far. I don't think we can capture him. Oh, we actually can. He was out for long enough. Okay, this is kind of a problem because Legolas is now carrying him to I don't know where. We didn't designate any spot to be the prisoner cell, and it looks like he's going to carry him right through the city, which is okay for now. We haven't ran into anyone, and it looks like we're not going to. I don't know where Legolas is going though. He seems to know where the prisoner cell room is. And yeah, he actually found it. We wounded Mendoza a little bit with a couple gunshots to his leg, so we'll have to fix those up. And now we got to start worrying about Legolas's mood. One problem with being in this city is it raises his expectations because the city is so rich. His mood in general is really low. I mean, we did bring some cheetah meat so he can eat that, but mainly to make him happy, especially to move this recreation unfulfilled moodlet and to boost his recreation bar, we did end up bringing some of this magical grass with us. The cool thing about this is Legolas is currently bored of the other 2 types of recreation we have. We set up an archery target for him so he can shoot, and he can play horseshoes with himself, but he's currently pretty bored of that. But this is a new type of recreation, and it should be pretty effective. It boosts his recreation up to 43%. I kind of thought it was going to do more, but that'll have to do for now, I guess. This room is pretty nice though, and so if we just crash here, it should actually boost his mood by quite a bit. Like, his comfort's going way up, he's got a spacious interior now, he's extremely comfortable. It's a slightly impressive barrack. Oh no, because there's 2 beds in here. We gotta uninstall that bed. That was a mistake. Since there's 2 beds in here, he thinks it's a barrack and he's sharing the room with someone else, but he's not. And oh, after sleeping in here for a couple more hours, it actually changed to slightly impressive bedroom. The barrack was giving him a -2 moodlet, but now he has a +3 moodlet. And overall, it looks like he's not gonna have a mental breakdown here, which is great. We don't want him to like accidentally wander into an enemy because he's in sad wander or something. One thing I didn't really go over is Mendoza's skills. He has relatively decent mining, planting, and he's somewhat okay at social, but the main thing about him that's good is he's magically gifted, which is a super good trait, not because of the bonuses it gives, but there's something we can do with it if we do convince Mendoza to join us, which I will explain later. Mendoza's pretty hungry, so we're gonna try to feed him, but before we do that, Jambo is all alone, and we would like to pick her up as well. We're gonna have Legolas try to get as close as we can before... Okay, she didn't actually see him and fire at him there, which is good. She's kind of out of LOS. Okay, we're gonna have Legolas move up now and try to stay out of LOS. Okay, good. She's going in the building. We'll follow her in and we'll use disabling shot on her. Oh, and that didn't work. Let's run now. Oh, Legolas got tagged on the shoulder. It's just a bruise though, not a big deal. We can have him just self-tend that one while we wait for disabling shot to come back up. I believe it's just RNG if disabling shot does work. Oh, Legolas, what are you doing? No, no. For some reason she did not seem to notice Legolas shooting at her just now. She's not noticing him right now either. I don't know if she's gonna shoot at him. Oh, yeah, she is. Let's run. Oh, we got tagged again. Tagged in the toe though. Okay, that's not a big deal. We'll self-tend that one really quick while we wait for Jambo to de-aggro. And here we go. Round 2 on trying to disable Jambo. I don't know if we're close enough for this. Oh, we got her. Capture. Got her. Yes. I ended up misclicking there, and I hit the wrong button for pause, but it ended up working out, and Jambo is actually really easy to recruit. She's only got 8 resist, whereas Mendoza's got 15, which isn't bad also. It's just that Legolas's social is so bad, so it's going to be hard for him to get even through that low resist. And there's a billiards table here actually, which is boosting his recreation by quite a bit, so that's good. We're looking like we're okay here, like we can probably stay in the city for some time. And yeah, after chatting with Mendoza, we got his resist down by 0.2, which was partly due to the fact that his mood was really low, but that was before we deconstructed this door, added on this door, and then made this entire room his prison cell. So now he's got a really nice prison cell and his mood's gonna go up. And Jambo's mood actually is pretty good. It is going down slowly. We'll talk to her now, and since her mood's not as bad, we should get a bit more progress. I also took off the welding helmet because it does lower his social interactions by like 10%. And yeah, after talking to Jambo, we got her resist lowered by 0.4, which is not that much. We're gonna have to be here for quite some time to recruit either of them. Infestation, huh? Infestations can happen when you build in mountains, and I guess there is some walls in these mountains, and maybe there's some structures inside, because like there's this wall that goes inside of the mountain. But yeah, there's 3 hives that spawn with a bunch of these mega spiders, which aren't going to be any problem for Legolas, especially because we found this charged minigun, which was just lying around. And I think this thing's actually really strong. We're going to use it to start shredding these insects, and holy cow, this thing is not messing around. It doesn't do that much damage, but it has a huge amount of burst fire. And there's also a long reload time. Holy cow, reload and run, dude. For some reason with run a gun, if you are standing still while you're reloading, you'll just sit there while he reloads. But as long as you keep moving, after he starts his burst fire, when he reloads, you can keep moving. I don't know, it's kind of like a weird mechanic with how the mod works, but yeah, this thing is actually really nice. I was not moving while I shot that thing, and now it tagged Legolas. That's not good. Oh, no, he's good though. I thought it was going to be locked in like this melee combat mode, but he's fine. He just got a bruise on his arm and his clavicle, whatever that is. I guess his clavicle was cracked, but not a big deal. He is in minor pain though, and his mood's going down. His recreation's pretty low too. We'll have him eat some of that insect jelly, and it's got really nice properties. Mainly the fact that when he does eat it, it will boost his recreation by quite a bit. It actually boosts his recreation all the way up to 95%, so that's really nice. Oh, and we found a Crafter 5 base station. That is an insane find. These things buy for like 14k, and this is a top tier crafting bot. It has 20 crafting. We're gonna uninstall this baby, and unfortunately we cannot pick it up right now due to the fact that we're carrying too much. Like this charged minigun weighs 12 kg. That combined with our gear, we cannot pick this thing up. Or I mean, I guess we could, and we could just have Jambo carry it. I want to get Jambo out of here because her mood is really bad. Like, she does have a pretty bad prisoner cell, and we could have definitely improved that. But now she has high expectations because this city's really rich, and it only gives her a 6 bonus moodlet, whereas if we're at our shanty town, where it's pretty much just a pile of garbage, they have no expectations, and that boosts their mood by a lot.
No! Not him!
Oh crap, there's Noob. We're about to kill Noob. Hopefully we're about to kill him, actually. Legolas got tagged. Okay, we got him. Legolas just got tagged in the kidney, but he can repair that. And I guess he got tagged in the torso too. And yeah, right after leaving the city, now we have very low expectations for a 24 moodlet buff. And he also did just eat some more insect jelly, I guess, for a lot more recreation, which is kind of crazy simply because right before leaving the city, Legolas's mood was at like 5%, and I thought he might have a mental breakdown. We also brought along a bedroll too, and he's resting on that. But yeah, we got Jambo back here, and we'll just give her Legolas's room. It is fairly dirty because this is where we were storing everything. And we're only getting 0.3 for talking to her. This is going to be rough. We're going to talk to her so much. Although when we do talk to her, we are using this option, reduce resistance, which, pro tip, do this while you're reducing their resistance. This may sound really obvious to do, but when you try to recruit them, that will also lower their resist. Reducing their resist, however, will boost their relations, and so each time you talk to them in the future, the talks will be more effective, and it'll be easier and easier to get more resist down. Like if Jambo had 100 opinion of Legolas right now, we may even get like 1 resist down each time we talk to her, or maybe not, because Legolas's social is so bad. Like, he's still got 0 social, so yeah, he definitely needs to work on that. But yeah, we're gonna leave this charged minigun here because it's so heavy. Jambo, don't touch it while we're gone. And also, we don't need this tool belt. It is actually pretty heavy. It weighs 3 kg. And we'll just use the horn bow for now and head back to the city. Meanwhile, back at the city, we are not killing these hives because they keep making us this insect jelly, and they made some glow pods, which can be used for light. They do expire in 20 days, but that's 20 days of free light that we can use, as well as all this insect jelly is really nice to have. It does sell for quite a bit too. And the only negatives to keeping around these hives is that they do reproduce insects, but Legolas can take them all out. Well, I guess not really with his current gun situation. Like, he doesn't have a gun, he just has a bow. But we did leave the Hyperion assault rifle here in the city, and this thing is nice because it only weighs 4 kg. Nice anti-armor hit on the Mega Spider. And it's dead. The assault rifle actually might even be a better weapon just because it's way more accurate. Like, at around its max range, it's 83% accurate, whereas the charged minigun is only 25% accurate. And in general, it's just a more annoying gun to use. It has a long cooldown, a pretty long warm-up of 2.8 seconds, which Legolas doesn't really care about that much. He cuts that warm-up time down by more than half. We had to kill this Dinotherium for meat. And one thing I will say about having low warm-up time is that Legolas only gets shooting skill after he fires the first bullet. So I believe when leveling up shooting skill, it's good to have a low warm-up time weapon. And yeah, in general, I just really like this Hyperion assault rifle versus the other gun we were using. I feel like it's way more effective at longer ranges, and I feel way safer using it. And ooh, we found 2 hauler base stations in this room, as well as 3 nanite vials, which have a market value of 3,500 each. Apparently nanite vials can be used to make gear or weapons unbreakable, but it can only be used on weapons or gear that's from the medieval times mod, which is obviously not gonna be as good as like our gun or the power suit we're currently using, so we're just gonna sell it off in the next episode, as well as we'll try to get that crafting bot up and running. We can start making it craft up gear from the leather we're getting, and we should be able to sell that at a pretty good profit. The hauling bots we got are pretty low tier. They're only tier 1 and 2, and I think all they can really do is haul, so they're not all that useful. Finally, we'll have Legolas go on a trade mission with all those nanite vials, and we'll try to reach a more distant village and see if we can maybe find a slaver where we could buy some slaves or maybe some other good gear. If you guys are liking the series so far, then drop a like on the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.